Hey, what's up everybody? This is just an update video of a video I actually did about a week to 10 days ago. So there's been some update in this. This was the couple, the parents, the doctor parents in Madison, Wisconsin, who were killed by the boyfriend of the daughter and his friend, even though the parents provided her a place to stay because they weren't doing the social distancing thing during the, thing going on. But let's get an update real quick. There's a quick video, and then we'll read the article and talk about it a little bit.
This court does find that for both Mr. Sanford and Mr. LaRue, probable cause has been shown that a felony has been committed.
The two men accused of killing a local doctor and her husband in cold blood are set to face a jury. Kari Sanford and Elijah LaRue are pleading not guilty in the murders of Dr. Beth Potter and Robin Kari. The teens and their lawyers appeared over video for their preliminary hearing.
There was no evidence at all that Mr. Sanford kidnapped, much less even touched or aided in the kidnapping of either of the victims in this case. There's no evidence presented that Mr. LaRue touched a gun, saw a gun.
As it relates to Mr. Sanford, you have his direct admission to Mr. Ford that he shot these people.
Potter and Kari were found shot dead just outside the UW Arboretum late last month. Investigators say Sanford was the boyfriend of the couple's daughter and had lived with the family. They also think LaRue was with Sanford the night of the killings due to GPS data obtained from his phone.
All right, so here you see the two individuals believed to be responsible. We have to say allegedly. Everybody's due their day in court. Mr. Sanford, he's the individual here who is a little more well-groomed. He's the individual here on the left of the screen. He was the boyfriend of the daughter. And the individual on the right, Mr. LaRue, he's the friend. It says the two men charged in connection with the deaths of a Madison couple have been bound over for further proceedings following a court hearing Thursday morning. Kari Sanford, 18, is charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon, party to a crime. Elijah LaRue has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, party to a crime. The judge found probable cause that a crime had been committed. A court commissioner earlier ordered $1 million bond for both men. Beth Potter, 52, and her husband, Robin Kari, were discovered March 31st by a passing jogger after police say they were shot in the UW Arboretum. Potter was a professional in the UW Health Department of Family Medicine and Community Health and the medical director of Employee Health Services. The 2 men are suspected of taking the couple from their home before fatally shooting them in the UW Arboretum. According to testimony in a court by Peter Grimeiser, a detective with the UW Police Department, Sanford is the boyfriend of the couple's daughter and was living with the family. According to a criminal complaint filed earlier, a friend of Beth Potter's told investigators that Beth Potter told her the couple moved her daughter and Sanford out of their house because they weren't following their social distancing rules due to concerns about the virus. The couple's daughter told investigators that she and Sanford were at their residence the night of the killings, but surveillance video showed their vehicle near the arboretum. Investigators also said the daughter and Sanford talked about how they could get money and that her parents were rich, according to the complaint. Later, investigators learned that LaRue may have been with Sanford and used the GPS data from his phone to track his movements the night of the killings. According to LaRue's phone data, from approximately 9:40 p.m. until 10:40 p.m., GPS data showed multiple drivings by on Rowley Avenue in the area, the home of Beth Potter and Robin Kari. Then, at approximately 10:57 p.m., LaRue's phone's GPS plots near the intersection of North Wingra Drive and Villas Park Drive near the entrance to the arboretum. During a hearing Tuesday, the state said this was a burglary that had turned into a kidnapping and then a homicide, and argued for a $1 million bail. Defense lawyers for Sanford said he was in the middle of his senior year of high school and waiting for colleges to get back to him on admission. Woo! The daughter has not been charged in this case. Interesting. And when I first did the video on this. I didn't speculate as to, the daughter and the parents and what they were, so to speak, but I kind of had an idea based on the names and everything like that. So I just find it interesting that, first and foremost, number one, what I said in my previous video was, how is the daughter not charged at all? She's here, if we're to believe the fact pattern, she's here covering up for the boyfriend. At the very least, that's some form of obstruction right there. She's here telling a lie, saying, oh no, we were here, we were home all night, when the video camera footage shows that that's clearly not the case. So why didn't they hit her with that? But you know what? Obviously, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Maybe they did kind of tighten the screws a little bit on her and say, hey, we know you're lying, we've got the videotape, we're going to need you to tell us the truth. And maybe we'll find out as this thing goes along that she'll end up being a witness for the prosecution. Just based on everything that we know here, it doesn't make any sense to me why the daughter wasn't charged. That's why I wanted to do a follow-up, just to see if we got more information. And we did here. They were charged. Their bond amount was assigned. We got a little bit more detail in terms of the timeline, the GPS, and stuff like that. So we got more information. We'll stick with this case, but the reason why I talked about it a couple weeks ago was because of the thing going on and its ties to it. In the original video, I was talking about how the parents had voluntarily moved them out and put them up in a residence. But the original article I read, it said something about the reason they were moved out was because the parents had it, supposedly, and they didn't want their daughter to be subjected to it, possibly. So they put her and the boyfriend up, which was a little bit surprising to me. Why would you put both of them up? It's not like you could prevent the guy from coming over anyway. But from this, it kind of seems like now the story seems to be morphing a little bit, or it's different in that the daughter wasn't following the social distancing, but it's not clear if that was with the boyfriend. I don't know. It's kind of confusing. So we'll have to wait for more clarification on whether they had it, she has it, whether they were requesting that she stay away from them or stay away from him. But there's some things that don't make sense. But the thing I didn't get in the original video was how the boyfriend didn't know that the parents were loaded already, because girls like their daughter, and I'm going to assume that she's a certain way based on the company she keeps, that she was trying to impress. So it had to have been known that by the boyfriend and by the friend that the parents had money before. And it even says here that it's believed that he lived in the house. So what kind of parent? And again, I'm assuming that this girl is young. Maybe she's already in college, but the guy is 18. So when I heard that initially, I think I jumped to the conclusion that maybe she was in high school as well. But maybe she is, maybe she's in college. But what kind of parent really lets their 18-year-old, if she's 18, 19, whatever she is, live in their house with the 18-year-old boyfriend who's in high school? Again, another fact that we don't know for sure, but what kind of parent is that? Sheesh. When there was times in high school or even after where I was at home, and if I had a girl there, the door had to be open, even though I was already past 18. And my younger college days when I lived at home still, the door had to be open. And that's just for visitors. But you've got a situation where the parents are willingly, to some degree, letting this guy live there and then setting up a residence for them outside due to concerns about the social distancing. Oh, my Lord, come on now. Anyway, we'll see where this thing goes. I mean, it's an interesting case, like I said, just because of its ties to the whole thing going on. But most of the time you see situations, and I said this in my previous video, it's the daughter's involvement is encouraging the boyfriend. The boyfriends aren't innocent, of course, and the friends aren't either, but she's behind the scenes encouraging. And that's why I don't understand why she's not getting hit with something. Now, this case is different. You have parents who are willingly doing this thing for their daughter, and look how the daughter treats them. Hey, great loving boyfriend of mine, my parents have some money. Why don't you guys just go there and rob them? We need some money for some liquor, or for some weed, or whatever. Parents, like I said in my other video, you do all you can to try to teach your kids right from wrong. And again, to me, the daughter's equally at fault. She may not have had the gun. She may not have been in the household. Maybe she was. But to me, she's equally at fault for for egging this on. She had to have some involvement in it. That's just my feeling. All right, well, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and hopefully you enjoyed the video.